Hey guys, so this will be a different sort of video today, but I kind of want to go over all the things Pokemon is doing to try to pretty much get our money, and it kind of shows the direction Pokemon is going. So this isn't a immediate market update or this price went up or whatever, but these are the things that have been kind of happening behind the scenes. I think a lot of people have been noticing them, but there hasn't really been a obvious, oh, this caused this, and that's kind of normal in this sort of market. Um, I think that one of the most significant thing that happened in like the last year, approximately, I don't know exactly when it started, were rip and ships. So rip and ships is a big reason why the bull market is the way it is, because rip and ships are, if you don't know what it is, it's where people will sell you packs that they open and they sell you the contents. So this is just an example. I don't really go into rip and ships, but when I Google rip and ship arena was the first entry that came up, and like you see these I see the prices are kind of um, faded, but hidden fates you see one booster pack $30. Celebrations it's like $10 a pack. Battle styles $5 a pack. So some of these are like rare packs. Some of these are box breaks, but like, whether you like them or not, there's a demand for these, and therefore it shifted Pokemon from like if you had investors, investors would hold the product and they would open it, but with rip and ships, you automatically get a lot of stuff being bought, like thousands of packs being or hundreds of thousands of packs being opened every day. So this was a big thing, and people didn't really notice it until it was a little too late. So that's why I kind of want to go over the things that Pokemon's kind of doing or the effects are happening, because at least one of these or two of these is probably going to be pretty significant in the next 6 months to a year. I'm just not exactly sure which one. Okay, so some of them are a little more immediate. So one of them is Pokemon strategy. So Pokemon, what they're doing is that they're very strategically um, announcing things and getting us into FOMO mode. So Surging Sparks sold out a while back, and it took a little while for it to sell out, but finally people bought up everything, and therefore when Prismatic came up, Prismatic was kind of one of the starts of things selling out instantly. The Pokemon Center ETB was only up for like a few hours at most, like a couple hours, and they limited the stock, and yeah, because everyone thought that Prismatic would do really well. And then sometime after that, like orders just kept getting bought everywhere. Prismatic had a little delay. If you guys don't know, like you could buy at GameStop or like Target, GameStop or Best Buy, I think, and you could get it for about a week. Like I remember, I was able to log into GameStop. I saw it. I was like, oh, MSRP. That seems a little too much to me, which sounds crazy right now. But that's how it was. Like, and then after that week or two is when everyone really started buying like immediately everything, and Pokemon got us in the sort of cycle of like buy now because it's probably gonna be the cheapest it's ever gonna be, and that immediate sort of impulse buying has caused a lot of like FOMO. It causes like it does good with sales. Like if Pokemon just said, okay, we're gonna release everything on this day. There's plenty of stock. Come by and get it. Like people would not be like trying to get these. But since no one really knows how far these will go up, it's just like, hey, get Pokemon MSRP, buy it. So, yeah, what they particularly did is like before the sets actually released, like Surging Sparks was released, and I think that I don't remember what they did exactly with Prismatic, but Prismatic, I know they did what Prismatic and Drake's got. Right before Prismatic was released, like I think the release date was like 2 weeks ago, they put journeys together on their website, and that completely sold out in like a morning. I don't know how long it took exactly, but everything sold out. Um, yeah, it was pretty insane. And then like I think that day I was able to get some pre-orders on Forge of Fire, but because I knew that after that there would be like no more easy sort of pre-orders available. Even if you pre-order, you're not guaranteed, and like people know that. But it's just sort of like, hey, I'm sure that right before Journey Together releases, they're going to open up Pokemon Center for another thing. And also, this has a sort of layered sort of strategy because what Pokemon also does is that it'll announce products, and then like they partnered up with the next thing. This is the new trend. They partner with big box stores a lot more now. So what a lot of the big ones are GameStop, Sam's Club. There's Best Buy. There's Walmart's. There's probably a couple other, and each of them kind of has their own unique sort of partnership, I feel like. But generally, what happens is that at least one of the stores will get stock, and so soon after Pokemon sort of announces it, they will start getting pre-orders, which will sell like instantly. So that will like increase the hype sort of train. Like if you didn't get Pokemon Center, get Sam's Club and Target or whatever. And the thing with those is that their restocks are tend to be more frequent. Like you're probably not gonna get it. Like 99% of people aren't gonna get it. But if you look at discords and stuff, people do kind of get like at least some like every day or every few days. You have to be the lucky few, and so there's always this little FOMO effect. Oh, I really want to get on, um, like I really want to get like Blooming Waters if it's on sale, and it was on sale at Costco for a while. You could get online if it was really rare. And so they do that, and there's this whole persistent thing until release day. But like they're really milking the whole like 2 months or a couple months before release to get all the hype. People will buy it, and then even afterwards, it's not gonna be around a lot, like a lot. Okay, to get into like actual big box stores partnerships, like GameStop. Um, I know GameStop was interesting because like GameStop got booster boxes of Surging Sparks. So the like this set isn't a booster box set, but like prismatic. But I got booster boxes, and it was kind of rare for a big box store to ever sell booster boxes. We also saw Best Buy also have booster boxes. Usually they only sell booster boxes to like those like local gaming stores, LGSs, and so that's also another shift. And we're just seeing more and more like um, things available. I never really like thought I would get Pokemon cards on GameStop. It wasn't really a thing, but now there's a big partnership going on. You can tell because when you go on the GameStop website, um, so like it kind of shifts. But if I refresh it, first thing you see is buy and sell your cards at GameStop. I thought GameStop was supposed to be for like video games and stuff. They've kind of shifted it, and if you've been to a physical GameStop in the last like couple of months, you'll notice there's a big shift. Like, they still have games, but there's a huge shift toward just trading cards, which a lot of them were bought out actually. Um, and they also let you do grading and stuff. So there's a grading thing. They get supply. They get an okay price because they're starting to get booster boxes, and GameStop is putting a lot of their money into this. So that's the thing with GameStop. For costs for Sam's Club over here, the two main things have been the Sea and Sky collection, which was insane deal. Like this is a really cheap, like 14 pack box for $40, really cheap, insane value for Crown Zenith. So they did that only at Sam's Club, so they get you through the doors. And then more recently, they put these Paldea Paldea Fates tins, which are a little less value, but it's still decently valued, especially with Paldea Fates doing so well. And so like they're putting these exclusive stocks. Like I haven't really seen these anywhere else. Like there's no Sam's Club, CN Sky is exclusive there. I haven't seen bundles, but Sam's Clubs have generally been game bundles in general. And so yeah, this is the store partnership they're doing with Sam's Club. For Best Buy and Walmart, they tend to just do like the normal hey ETBs. Like if you're for Prismatic, it's the same thing as GameStop's getting. Like there's a lot of ETBs over here. These poster collections for Prismatic and their sticker collections and binders. So they have those. I've seen them at Best Buy and whatever and Walmart. Um, and yeah, so they're partnering up with big gaming stores more. And if you know anything about like the local gaming store things, like where they have their own other line, um, they're not really getting much product now, and so a lot of product is going more to the big box stores, and they're switching their strategy up a little bit. It seems like. Okay, what's next? So let me just look at my list real quick. So I talked about their timing of releases. They're trying to time the releases so that you will buy out in FOMO, and they're really like using a lot of the time, like 2 months before release, 3 months before release. Like I even ordered some Team Rocket, like one case of Team Rocket, like 5 months before release or something. It was crazy, but like I just knew it would probably go up, so I bought it. But like yeah, it's an insane market. So more and more people would do that. Okay. Um, I want to talk about exclusivity. So the big box stores have some exclusivity things there, but now I'm going to talk about exclusive cards. So exclusive cards, um, I've seen this go in two directions basically recently, like two specific one. Two of them are TCG Pocket, Um, and which is for those who don't know, it's like a mobile app where you could play Pokemon and you can open packs and stuff. It's a little addicting. And the other one is um, Chinese exclusive Pokemon cards, which I have somewhere actually. Like this Mew. This Mew is being released in China, and only it's a 151 sort of promo, so only 151 and a 0 copies are being made. So expect this card to be really, really expensive. So it seems like they're having some partnership or trying to make Pokemon more popular in China. They did this with this Mew card over here, which there's this contest wherever to get it. Um, and yeah, if you scroll down, like they also have these exclusive Pikachu and Gengar cards, which are some of the most popular Pokemon in Pokemon. Like Pikachu is very popular, and then Gengar is extremely popular. So and then you see like yeah, China continues to get cool stuff. So that's one direction. So this is more of um, a lot of Chinese products they don't really do that well in the market as far as I've heard. But these exclusive cards, it will bring more like attention and stuff to the market. And sometimes that's kind of enough. It's kind of like free advertising, and so it'll get more people interested in buying these things. I think that there was a celebrations also exclusive card that was really popular. I don't have that pulled up. Okay, another direction they're going in is TCG Pocket, which I said before. So before I tell you the cards, like you'll see here, what I'm about to talk about is like using the Pokemon art in a more efficient way. So using the best art on Pocket. These artworks are on physical cards. So basically, um, Pokemon seems to be starting to shift, putting their artworks in the digital format instead of actually printing them. So I don't know how many of these cards are. Some of these cards are technically you can get them in physical form, but a lot of these cards, like people, collectors would love to get these cards on their hand, or they love to be in a set, but they're just not there. So let's see some obvious ones. Maybe I'll just open this real quick. So yeah, I don't not really an expert. So Giratina, I'm pretty sure a lot of people love this card. Wow, this Cresselia looks really nice. Lucario is a really popular card. Let's see, these are more normal looking cards. I think toward the end they have. Oh, that Fernape looks really nice. And then they have some like the it's like Dialga and Palkia based. So this is one that was in I forgot it was like Astral Radiance or Brilliant Stars. And then they have these other ones. So yeah, I'm not sorry, I'm not really a collector guys, but you're seeing like a lot of artwork is being put into TCG Pocket, and these are exclusive cards as far as people are concerned. So why does this matter? Um, I say that this is a little concerning for like people who buy physical cards in the sense of like I'm just thinking in terms of pure resources. Like Pokemon has so many artists. Pokemon only has so many resources and they want to use it efficiently. And like obviously selling product digitally, if you sell a lot of cards digitally, it costs less than like printing them in the real world because you're literally not spending so much like it's a fixed cost and you sell them. So you can sell more at scale. And so I think it's affecting the physical card market. And the main example is Prismatic Evolutions. So Prismatic Evolutions has EV Evolutions. I'll show you the cards. But the most starking thing about it is that there's no illustration rare Pokemon. There's only special illustration rares. But there's no normal illustration rares and there's no full art Pokemon. And what's the effect of that? So if I go to Pokedata to give you the card list. So just to give you an idea like what those like so this is more of a full art Pokemon, I think. Something like this. Like it's just the Pokemon looks kinda generic, but it's still kinda nice. Like it'd be nice to get like Eevee or Rayquaza like that. They're not usually worth as much, but like they're there. And then special and like illustration rare are usually like they're not like look at this Metacham. Like it's just the artwork, but it's not actually like a secret or anything. I don't know if there's a good example of a like Eevee one that's cheaper, but yeah, that's an example of an illustration where I think. If I go to Prismatic, sure, the beginning looks fine. Like you see a bunch of specialization rares. Um, and then after about here, you just get a bunch of like Master Ball stuff. And then you get occasional like special station rares that I know that people kind of iffy about, and then just like plainer cards, playing cards. Like it's just like people don't necessarily want these like trainer card. Like people don't typically like trainer cards as much as Pokemon, and they have these common cards. And so you're kind of wondering where did the specialization rares go? Um, and I kind of think it's probably like they would just put the resources toward like TCG Pocket instead of like putting in these sets. And maybe they're experimenting. They're wondering like how much it'll affect the market. And if you don't know about Prismatic is doing kind of iffy. It was ETBs were like 150 before, and now like I've been tracking this every day. Now it's dropped to about 100. PC ETBs were about like 400. Now it's like 250. These like price per pack was about $15, and now it's only about $10. I know it's still quite expensive, but people keep complaining about the pull rates because since there's so many special illustration rares in the set, um, it's just very hard to pull. Like if I look at this chart over here, if you want particular like SR to get to pull this Moonbreon, you have to open 1,400 packs, and the packs are so expensive. And these other cards, like no one really wants anything else. People want special illustration rares, but the thing is, like most of the special illustration rares you don't even want. So you're opening the set that has almost no cards that you actually even want. Like people kind of are interested in the Master Balls a little bit, but if it's not an EV, because it says any specific Master Ball is 1 out of 1,300. So to get any card that you want, you have to open like 1,000 packs or something. And even getting a Master Ball is kind of disappointing. So this is kind of like where Prismatic kind of like fails. People don't really want the cards in. Like Evolving Sky is like who knows in the future since the ports is hard it could work. But Evolving Sky is like there's like if you get like a rare or anything, you kind of are happy with it like no matter what. The portion of good cards to bad cards for rare, even if they're not worth that much, is kind of nice. Like I'd be nice. It's kind of nice to get just this like mid tier like a Gyarados or Sylveon. Some Pokemon I actually like, even if I look it up, it's not worth very much. Versus Prismatic just doesn't have that. So I think part of it's just like they're trying to experiment. Hey, can I sell virtual stuff instead of actual packs? Because I think when I did the math once, if you go to economy version and pay for packs on TCG Pocket, it costs like $1 a pack, which for a virtual pack that's kind of a lot. Um, if you get addicted on buying virtual packs to get these like really nice looking cards, um, you're not like it's kind of worthless in that. Like, and Pokemon kind of knows that, so it's it's kind of smart if it does work out, but this is kind of the consequence. All right, and I think the last thing is just the vending machines. They're increasing the amount of vending machines they have, and for those who don't know, like Pokemon vending machines, um, they kind of work the way Pokemon Center does. They have stock at MSRP and you can buy them, and you can buy the whole machine. And a lot of people are actually doing that. Um, it's yeah, it's quite a bit much. And if Pokemon did more vending machines, then they wouldn't have to like they just have another outlet to sell things themselves, kind of. And they could partnership with the supermarket because usually they're in big supermarkets, and that's also another way Pokemon's moving to distribute products. Some stats on TCG Pocket is doing well. So like this isn't like a irrelevant thing. It made $400 million of gross revenue in just 10 weeks, um, and 100 million in the first 17 days. So it's not insignificant. And these are sort of the how much people are spending each week. Okay, so this video is probably kind of long, but summarize, yeah, I think the things among here are things to think about in Pokemon's direction. Either where to get products or what's gonna be popular and what's like how it's gonna affect the market. I think that the big box stores like the big box stores are interesting because it's harder to get accurate numbers of big box stores. With distributors to LGSs, we get YouTube channels telling us estimates how much they're getting, and therefore we get a sense of the numbers. Pokemon does not have to tell us at all how much how much like these big box stores are getting, and so the more mystery and missing information is for us, the harder it is for us to make educated decisions on what to get. So we just FOMO more and we'll just spend money more blindly. Um, Same thing with this. Eventually, there's going to be a crash, and we don't know, but Pokemon will continue selling and selling out, and it'll take a while before we get to the next battle styles. But yeah, there's summarize. There's Pokemon selling out instantly and strategically on their site, partnering with the big box stores. There's TCG Pocket, um, getting resources for the artist. There's China getting the exclusive cards. There's vending machines, which I didn't go over as much. Um, and yeah, I think that this is going to affect the market, and one of these is going to affect the market pretty big in the future. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.